Hey, what's up? This is Aaron Lewis, and you're listening to Olga.
Hello, Aaron. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
It's really good to get hold of you, and I must say, listen, you were absolutely fantastic at Nickelback.
Well, thank you very much.
To be perfectly honest, I think you rocked them off the stage.
Really?
I really enjoyed it.
With no fire and no explosions and no big crazy light show?
No, there wasn't, but there was something pure.
And no poses?
No, but there was something very pure and very honest, and I did, and that's not saying Nickelback aren't honest, but I just absolutely love Stain's music, and all morning I've been listening to your new album, The Illusion of Progress. It is, I have to say, I think it's one of your best albums.
Well, thank you very much. You know, we really wouldn't have left the studio if we didn't feel that way, and that's how we do every record. So, you know, you have to get by 4 of the worst critics in the world. We just try to put our best foot forward every single time, like this is our first opportunity and our last opportunity. You know, we do that with every show. We do that with every, you know, record that we record.
So, The Illusion of Progress, one thing for me in particular that stands out about this album, there seems to be like release in it for you. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I sense that. Would you say that you find this to be, I don't know, healing, this record?
I would have to say it's my most optimistic record yet. Mm-hmm. You know, I celebrated my 10-year anniversary last month, and I have, you know, 3 daughters. Mm-hmm. And you know, I have a lot in my life that tends to heal what my life was before.
Mm-hmm. About the album, Believe, for me, it's just like this heartfelt cry. It's like a yearning to make a choice to, I don't know, just to accept and move on. Would you say that that's something in the track Believe?
Sure, you know, it's really, I really try to let it be whatever it is that you want to get out of it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know, I've always had a hard time telling anybody what the songs, where they truly come from. Mm-hmm. Well, first of all, because most of the time I don't really know. Mm-hmm. Because I never sit down with a pen and paper and decide what a song is going to be about before I write it. Mm-hmm. You know, Believe is actually one of the first songs that I did do that way. Mm-hmm. Where, you know, the producer kind of forced me to think about and come up with, you know, a concept for the song before I start writing it. Mm-hmm. Still kind of happened in the same way. Mm-hmm. You know, it was still, you know, just random thoughts and things that popped out of my head during the conversation that we were having about what the song might be about. But there was some sort of, at least, cohesive thought process going into it. With the very first record, Tormented and Dysfunction, you know, I had 26 years of stuff to get off my chest. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. The records for me have really kind of been a musical audio diary mm-hmm. Of my life.
I think for me, and listening back to your older albums, those albums have really touched many of your audience in a really profound way. So I wonder, is there something in that excruciating pain, you know, that actually brings healing and release to others?
I've always found that particular point that you're making quite an amazing, mm-hmm. You know, byproduct. It's kind of a bonus of me being able to get all this stuff off my chest. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know, I've heard people say before that you know, this whole thing was this preconceived, you know, notion of what the music was going to be and what I was going to sing about and how I was going to try to, you know, come up with my niche in the market. And all I've ever mm-hmm. done is worn my heart on my sleeve. Yeah,
that's the one thing that really stands out about Stain is the element. There is no element of fakeness.
Over the years, I've been able to take all these these feelings and put them into songs, and through bad things that have happened to me in my life, in the earlier records and everything else, how you were talking about the connection that I have, the fans have helped me more than I've helped them, I'd like to think. I went through my whole life feeling like nobody could have given a shit as to what I had to say about anything. My opinion and my words meant nothing. To know how many people I've reached with my words and how much it has, maybe helped them through the same feelings that they're having, just maybe for the mere fact of knowing that they're not the only one going through those feelings and feeling how I felt at one time in my life. And how I still feel sometimes. It doesn't go away. It takes balls,
it takes bravery to be that straight with people. It's funny because I was on, I think it was in Wikipedia, and I was wiking Aaron Lewis, and I saw, did you know that you're number 49 of the Hit Parader's top 100 metal stars?
Go figure.
Well, guess what? You actually beat Jimi Hendrix and Ireland's own Phil Lynott out of Thin Lizzy.
Man.
I thought it was quite funny. I thought it was cool. So there you go. So you're a real star. I know I had fantastic response. People that saw you at Nickelback and they just thought that Stained were amazing.
Well, that's very, very good to know, and I can't wait until January, February, when we're right back there again to play another show.
I listened to Save Me this morning, and
yeah, but I mean, I don't mind. That's the song that I don't mind, telling you a little bit of what it's about.
Okay.
I looked around the room where I was sitting, and I thought about the situation that I was in for a second, which was being, halfway through the record and in the middle of everything, in the thick of it all. And I told the producer to hit record, and through the writing microphone that we had a different mic, just a regular SM58 mic to just have right there at the couch, so I didn't have to get up and go into the other room and stand in front of the real recording microphone. And through the microphone, that whole song came out all at once.
That's amazing.
And I'm looking around, this dark room, another cigarette, there's carpet strewn, I'm getting sick of it. The end is soon, I'm in the thick of it, and I'll be there soon if you can handle it. I'm kind of, referring to at the end of the evening, it was probably 11:30, 12 o'clock, maybe even 1 o'clock in the morning when I wrote the song. And it was, shortly before I was going to head back down to the house because we recorded the record in my barn. And so, in the chorus, I'm talking to the wife, and in the verses, I'm just kind of, observing my surroundings, so to speak.
Well, listen, Aaron, it's been brilliant. Could you, what would be your favourite song off the album?
Every song is my favorite song off the album. They wouldn't be on the album if I didn't, think that they were good enough. I guess "Pardon Me" would be one of my favorites. "The Corner," "Save Me." Those were, "Tangled Up in You."
The album is absolutely fantastic, and it's been great speaking to you, Aaron, and maybe, next time you'll be back in Belfast soon.
January, February.
Brilliant. And
Absolutely. We're coming back for a month. From the middle of January to the middle of February, we're coming back for a month, and I know that we are hitting every place that we hit on the Nickelback tour.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Aaron. You take care.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye.